Welcome, welcome. This is a Chillstream night, a relaxing night, a laid-back night. Kind of one of those nights where just gonna hang out and screw around. So what's up, Tyler? Glad you could make it, man. Yeah, I hear you. Not much is sitting around. Yep. That's why I'm kind of doing this, because I figured, well, there's probably someone out there who's bored and hanging out on a Saturday night, not out, hitting the bars, clubbing, limos, strippers, you know. Nice, quiet, relaxing home. So glad to make it, man. So I'm waiting on Deke. Speak of the devil. There's that fucker. Let me get him in here.
I'm getting in.
There he is.
I had some trouble getting in.
That's all right.
I mean, I was spending some time setting up.
There he is.
I had some trouble getting in.
That's all right. Very cool.
I was spending some time.
Hey, Deke, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Turn your volume down. I'm hearing me.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's natural with the volume down. You have your earbuds in?
Hold on a second.
Sure. I gotta get stuff here anyways. Hang on. You have your earbuds in?
No, I didn't use them last time.
Oh, I gotta get stuff here anyways. Hang on.
But I had some plugged in. Is it still doing it? No, I didn't use them last time.
Yeah,
that's a huge delay. But I had some plugged in. Is it still doing it? No, I didn't use them last time.
Yeah,
that's a huge delay.
It's all right. You know how to just lower your volume a little bit?
Still doing it?
Just lower your volume a little. You know how to just lower your volume a little bit?
That's weird.
Lower your volume a little. Try that. I mean, the trick is now you won't be able to hear me that much. If you want to get your earbuds, man, try them.
Do that.
I still got. I think I got enough shit here. But go ahead and kill your volume. Turn your volume all the way down, and then get your earbuds in. I still got. Try that. Yeah, that works. No, I'm not hearing the fucking echo reverb. Can you hear me now?
I know what the problem is.
What's that? Hearing the fucking echo reverb. Can you hear me now?
I know what the problem is.
What's that? Hearing the fucking.
All right, how's that?
Let's see.
Is that better?
Let's see. I think so.
Yeah.
It's better, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Yep, you got it. Good man. Good man.
Hold on. Everything.
That's all right.
Get out of here.
This is why this is a hangout stream, dude. So we're just fucking around tonight.
So I decided to put the dog up here with me.
Yeah.
So you know,
right.
Table. Get over there. Table. So,
that's the same. Is that the same dog in your profile picture?
No, that was the last one. That was 0.
Oh, really? Oh, dude, you got to upgrade. You got to get another picture with this dog.
I know. I've got a bunch of them, but I don't have any like that one. That was a really good picture of him, I thought.
Yeah.
At least one of us looked good in that picture.
Nah, that's cool, man. You look good. So we got one person watching, one bored person. They must be really fucking bored to watch us tonight.
What I was doing wrong that so
that?
just in case it happens again.
What's that?
I had the YouTube app open in the background.
Right.
So it's echoing. I'm getting feedback from it, I guess. So I just closed out everything and now we're good. So as long as you can hear me okay, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, that happens when I first started doing this because no one taught me how to do this. Everything I fucking do, I got to learn my own.
Yeah.
And it took a while. It took a few times. You know what I mean? Because like at first I thought you had to have your my YouTube channel open while I was streaming. And so, and I, and then there's that delay. I'm like, fuck. So I would mute my YouTube channel while I'm streaming, right?
Yeah.
And then like one time, it was just like, I went to play. I like played some videos on my YouTube channel, and I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have to have the channel on. It's separate. You know, everything's fucking separate. It's weird.
Well,
I'm like,
well, it was my set of headphones up here. I was charging it. It picked up my phone or something and connected. And so I just had that YouTube app open in the background. I forgot we used the StreamYard thing and had to. I just closed everything else out. I had a little trouble getting signed back in because it told me I didn't have Google Chrome, and I'm like, no, I don't. Last time in, it was gone from my screen here.
Yeah,
we're all good now.
Cool. And that's what I mean is when people don't realize until you stream, like you live stream yourself, how many fucking windows you have open, because it's like,
I have a bunch, man.
Yeah, man. It's like, because this is the StreamYard, you know, so my stream, you know, but then you have your YouTube window open, and then I have Photoshop. I'm, you know, sharing the Photoshop screen to show pictures, you know, and if I want to like go to the internet and show stuff from the internet, that's another one. So you got all these tabs at the top, and you're clicking, and you got to share. It's just it's kind of a pain in the ass. It's like people don't really. I guess some people think streaming is easy. Oh, you just turn the camera on. There's all sorts of bullshit, you know. And then the mic crap and the fucking camera. It's like that's all this technical shit. And that's where I'm like, nights like tonight are cool because it's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not. This isn't normally. I don't care too much about being a pro, anyways, because I'm not a pro.
We're just
but tonight, I'm like, yeah, whatever goes tonight.
Yeah.
So you got what's up
tonight that I'll kind of put up there.
There's the house. Yeah, man. Oh Jesus, that brings back
that little TV for quite a few years after that.
That little TV in the bean bags.
It was my TV, and there's the fish tank over there in the other corner. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that's Joe and somebody sleeping in there.
Sleeping, passed out, of course. So
couldn't really make out the other one.
So if anyone's watching this after the fact, and for Tyler, who's watching this with us now, first of all, EK is short for Erik King. That's his name, Erik King. We've been friends since college, so we've been friends for a while. And Eek is we call him Eek for short. And swivel your chair so they can see the pillow behind you. The other way.
Oh, the other way.
So you can see. It's his monogram pillow, Eek. So
they show up everywhere at Christmas time or at Halloween.
So Eek and I've been friends for a long time, and we kind of met through D&D, right? It was because I don't remember hanging out with you before you started playing. You know,
I'm sure. I know I met up with you before that.
Mm-hmm. I had a party somewhere
way over Air Force Lane at Rich's place or something, or Hamilton Hall, hanging out.
Right. This was college. We went to Wright State University in Ohio.
I didn't start playing until we moved into the house.
Okay.
And my first experience was with a different DM, believe it or not.
Really? Who?
I don't remember that.
No.
Marco took a stab at it.
No. Oh, I remember that. Joe, Marco, everyone fucking was trying to DM.
Marco did a module with us. It was just a typical, I'm guessing what the classic basic D&D was back in the day.
No.
Went into I don't know if it was a cave complex or something. Actually, it wasn't a cave, because I do remember Heather making fun of him every time he said room, because he said rum. She kept making fun of him calling it a rum instead of a room. He's from up north. Going to the next rum. And
that's back when people gave the DM shit.
Was playing a module with Marco, and I don't remember who else was in there with us. I know Heather was there, but for the life of me, I can't remember who else. Maybe Patty. I swear there was another girl, so I think Patty was maybe
Mary
playing, maybe Mary, but I don't remember if she was there or not. But there was at least, I swear, I think there was at least one other girl in it, so it was one of them.
Because those three were like the triplets, like the witches of Eastwick. Yeah, they were like Patty, Mary, Heather. They all basically came in together.
Yeah,
and it was cool because most groups especially nowadays, dude, like on the internet, you know, most D&D groups don't have a lot of girls in them.
Yeah.
We were one of the only groups that had several girls. I mean, you know what I mean? It was like, and in addition to Patty, Heather, and Mary, like I said, you know, they kind of come and go. Like Wendy, she was in for a while. This chick, this art, I call her an art fag chick named Sue. She was really fucking cool. She was a cool character. She was a cool chick, but she fucked up and got kidnapped by orcs, and that was it. They drug her underground in the caverns, and I know.
You didn't DM that part, huh?
No. Yeah, Ringo was always joking about. He's like, so one day are we going to see a bunch of whole little half-orc babies running around? I'm like, probably.
That's funny.
That's see.
I hope you can't hear that. He's over here gnawing on his bone. So
no.
He's busy. I'm happy.
That's good. That's cool. So anyways, yeah. So the girls with you. So Marco was the first DM, and then you know I was the main DM.
Right.
And that's kind of how I remember you is from that.
Yeah.
So,
that was the first little sticking the toe into the pond kind of thing, and seeing that, I liked it.
Yeah. And because you had no experience at all, right?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, when we were kids, you know, we grew up on a farm out in Williamsburg in a creek. We played outside, you know. I mean, we
all did. Everyone did.
Neighbors. So we'd never even heard of D&D, I don't think, until at least the time we moved out toward the suburbs.
Wow.
So, and even then, you know, that's about the time, I guess, the Satanic Panic came up.
Yes. I knew about that.
We're hearing bits of it about this D&D thing and whatever.
Yeah.
But we were too involved with sports, and you know, we rode bikes and used to do.
Yeah.
We didn't really have any kid neighbors that were really close by. We didn't really know anybody out there in Williamsburg. So, and when we moved out to Westchester, the neighbors weren't all that much fun.
Right.
We had some kind of odd neighbors, man. So yeah. So I really didn't see anything. You know, I had no idea really what it was all about until I got there and saw you guys.
Well, I'll give the basics on me because my background's a lot different than yours because
a little more in depth.
In depth. My older brother, he got into D&D, and I was still a kid, like single digit. I think it was maybe fucking 10. I don't know, 8, 9, 10. I was young.
Yeah.
And he got into it, and they played for a while. And I remember him telling me, because you know I started drawing when I was like fucking 3 years old. You know, dinosaurs and eating cavemen and all sorts of shit. And you know, I was the artist of the town and shit. And my brother kept saying, "Yeah, you make such a good DM." He's like, you can draw maps and you're an artist and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm fucking a little kid. I don't even know what he's talking about. So
turned out he was right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it turned out he was right. But he basically, I think a couple years went on. Like I remember him, I think I was like 7th grade when he invited me to one of their D&D sessions one night. Yeah. And they had like 6, 7, 8 guys. You know what I mean? The groups back then were big. You know, like there's a lot of groups now that are like 4 people and shit. Yeah. Dude, back then it was like 8, 9, 10 people. You know what I mean? Hang on 1 second.
Take forever.
Tyler, hold on. I had a friend who told a story about his D&D experience as a teenager. He said he made an archer guy, that would be just called an archer, and ended up making everyone mad because he kept easily. That's fucking smart. That's how it's supposed to be, man.
But that's also something a DM can kind of fix.
Yeah, that's the DM's fault, actually. Yeah. That means that
a longer range weapon gets him.
Yeah. You have a orc or goblin who's got a fucking crossbow and they fire him back. That's what. But that's cool. That's good to know. What's that?
Don't upset the DM. He can fix you.
Oh yeah, don't ever. The lightning bolts that come out of the sky stories. You know, all right, a lightning bolt strikes you when it's a clear day. Well, it's God's pissed. See ya. I never did that. I don't think I abused my power. I instead twisted it to fuck with you guys psychologically, emotionally, but that added to the fucking story and the drama, I thought.
Yeah.
Unforgettable.
You didn't have to, use your power like that because you had that rigged dice. Everybody was talking about that thing, and I was kind of like, when we started playing, I'm going, damn, they weren't kidding, man. That thing hits a lot of fun.
Yeah, right here, man.
Here too.
Protected this all my life, right here, dude. Look, this is it. This is the bitch. This is the bitch. They're like that yellow fucking dice. That yellow fucking dice. They kept trying to steal it. They would try to like because they wanted to literally throw it away because it got fucking the great rolls so much.
A couple edges on it or something.
Well, it is a little. I mean, it's old because this was my brother's. I inherited his fucking dice, you know, but it's fucking legit. It's legit. I don't even shit because Richard, you know, no, I mean, shit. Dude, you can analyze this for all I give a shit. But I'm like, you know, what can I do? But they hated that because I get the double D's and shit. And like, oh,
I mean, and that's true because I heard them talking about it. So I knew. I was like, damn, dude. And that hit a lot of 20s. I'll give them that.
It did. Now, on the flip side, if they like say I had to roll for a character, I don't know, some fucking saving throw or something, where like, you know, one of your characters needed a high roll to survive something. Well, then it was a good thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So it balances out. But yeah, boy, they hated that fucking dice. And I guess after a while, dude, I started rolling in front, like on the table in front of you guys.
Yeah.
Instead of behind the screen.
Everybody was funny how they rolled their dice.
Yeah.
I always like I like to have my notebook open and roll it on the paper.
Right.
You know, had to have their own way of rolling their dice, you know.
Yeah. It got religious, man. Like, I don't know if did you ever play with Richard?
No. Oh, for my time. Yeah.
Dude, he was the best.
Excited about it.
He was the best dude to play with. He was one of my favorite players out of everybody because he was so fun. He was such a big guy. He was the biggest dude. 6'1", metalhead, but he had those rosy fucking cheeks and that boyishness. He was like, I wouldn't say a gentle giant. He was like a child comical giant. You know what I mean? He was the fucking comic relief of the group.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he was the biggest and the baddest fighter, but yet he was kind of like the jester at the same time. You know what I mean?
I can see why Marco was friends with him, you know? I mean, because I've
been
times,
Marco's the complete opposite. Now, Marco's tall and thin. He was 6'3". What, 6'3", 6'3" or something like that?
Thereabouts, yeah. I'd say he probably was about 6'3", yeah. Or probably still is, I'm guessing, yeah.
Yeah. But he didn't say a fucking word. And just blank expression. Like emotionless, didn't talk much. He was kind of like the guy who always just stood next to Rich. And Rich was always waving his arms and laughing. And you know what I mean? There's Marco standing there silently. It was weird, you know? That's
why Marco hung out with me so much when he moved in down here because I'm the guy and he's just, I mean, we would go in that bar all the time and they would charge a cover charge after a certain time. We were in every night they were open, you know, 3 nights a week. He would go through before I'd let him go in and the guy would be like $5 and he'd roll his eyes. He'd give me $5. And he'd walk through, and the guy would hand me the $5 bill, and I'd go in and give him his $5 back.
That's funny. That's funny.
So I mean,
anyways, back to my shit. So my brother, I started hanging out with my brother in high school in his group, and that's how I kind of learned. And then I did my first I have it somewhere in a box. My first module, like my first map I drew, and you know, the monsters. It was a desert, big surprise. Yeah. And it was great. It was like fucking early high school. I think it may have been grade school, like 6th grade, you know?
Yeah.
And it was cool, I guess. We just started doing it. It's a weekend thing, your kids and shit. And then it went into high school. And then I started meeting people like this new neighbor friend of mine. His name was Ryan Allen. And he was total into D&D. And so now I'm like I'm an 8th grader, you know? Yeah. And that really sealed the deal. Like when he and I became friends, it was just D&D all the fucking time. You know what I mean? And so then I had the high school group. And again, I was most of the DM and shit for that. And it was cool, but you know, you're young, you're 14, 15, 16, you know.
Yeah.
then you stop because then chicks and cars came into the picture. You know?
Exactly.
As soon as you turn 16, now it's drinking, smoking, girlfriends, and fucking your car. So I got out of that all through the rest of high school. And then college, came around. So now I'm in college. Dude, the last thing I expected was to be playing fucking D&D during college.
Right.
Because...
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Played it before, didn't know anybody that ever played it. Never knew anybody in high school or any grade school, nothing that ever played the game. And
I know.
Yeah.
You think...
I wound up.
Yeah, you think college? I thought college is okay. Well, you got school and boring classes and tests and fucking paper, all the fucking shit that college is all about. And then, you party on the weekends and shit, And that's how it was at first. But
there was a little bit of that. Yeah.
It was when it was my freshman year at college, and started to become friends with the guys in my dorm, my hall, my floor, first floor, and that's why I met Ringo. Right. And Ringo, it was a Sunday afternoon, and weekends at college are boring as fuck because at night is cool, but
Wright State they were, because everybody goes home,
Yeah. Most people go home.
Yeah.
And so on the days you just hang out and it's boring. But anyway, so I'm over at his room, and Ringo, for people who don't know these stories, he was a witch, as in real life witch. That was his fucking religion. And Ringo, he was a character. Dude, everyone was a fucking character in our group. We just talked about this the other night. Right. Every single person involved was unique as fuck. And I don't meet people like that anymore. I don't even think they exist. Everyone is so fucking normal and boring or predictable. Right. But dude, we had some of the most unique people ever.
Right.
So Ringo was the dyslexic witch, because remember, he was dyslexic.
Yeah, that's why I remember. You remember the pencil sharpener at the house? You put it on backwards, you had to crank the Yeah, thanks, Ringo. Thanks for installing that pencil sharpener.
Yeah. So he was dyslexic, and that was the funny thing is his character was a spellcaster, which requires a spell book and reading, and we're like, oh fuck,
that makes sense.
That's a little dangerous. So, anyways, but it was a Sunday afternoon, and we're hanging out in his room, and I don't know, he started asking. He probably saw some fucking drawings of mine or some goddamn thing. But he started asking about D&D and shit. He's like, what is that? What is, I've heard this, and is it satanic? And I'm like, no, what's, and
isn't that funny? That's the first thing he asked about it.
Well, but he's wearing a pentagram ring, He had pentagram symbols on his biker jacket. And I mean, everyone, dude, that's his whole thing about Christianity and Satanism and shit. He'd go off for hours.
Yeah.
You just don't bring that up around him. He'll lecture you forever. You know what I mean?
Promoting subject.
Yeah. And so I just start talking to him about it. Like, yeah, it's cool. It's this medieval fantasy, and you pretend you're, And he's like, well, fucking let's play. And I'm like, you don't just do it like that, man. It's not like some fucking video game. It's like there's books and there's papers and dice, and you have to learn all these rules. He's like, well, fucking teach me. I'm like, all right, if you're serious, I'll get my shit. And so now the only thing is I had my shit with me at college. So I'm like, how'd that happen? As in, like,
yeah, weird.
Was it subconscious, or was it just out of habit? But like my D&D shit was at college, even though I wasn't planning on playing, but yet. So I'm like, okay, so I grabbed my shit, and we started writing up his character. Now at the time, back then, the witch class didn't really exist. Right?
Yeah.
It actually exists now. And I know we're out of the loop, but there's Dungeons and Dragons is at it's 5th edition right now.
Yeah, there's a few of them. Yeah.
We played 1st and 2nd edition. That was it.
Yeah. So
there's so much more content that's been added to the game. It's fucking it'd make your head spin. You know what I'm saying? Right. So
books I've got here behind me, perusing through those things.
Let me get you full screen. Hold on.
Newer version than those other two, and there's a lot of information in there. A lot of information.
How do I get you full screen? Hold on, let me see if I can get you. Damn it! I don't know how to get you full screen. I can get full screen, but I'm not sure how to get you. Oh, well. Maybe it's here. Hold on. Solo layout. Let me try this. There you are.
Yeah.
All right. Turn again. Show the back.
Nope.
Yeah. So DM's Guide, Player's Handbook. What's that in the middle?
That's a newer player's handbook.
Okay.
So there's a really old player's handbook, a newer one. That one was mine. I bought that at the same time I bought my dice and stuff.
Right.
And then a Dungeon Master's Guide, which has somebody named Talon's name written in it.
Oh yeah.
So
that fairy guy.
So I did open it up the other night and went, huh, that is somebody else's book. And I knew it was.
I guarantee I got someone's books. There were so many books floating around. You know, when you move and dude, you got this person's, they got your shit. They get it's just like, shit. Hang on. We got 2 people watching. Guess who joined us here, Eek?
Because I can't see anybody else. Oh, Danny. I wrote something down for Danny.
That's cool.
You want me to read it?
Just type it. Can you type? Can you
read it? Hallo Donnie. Donnie Mystery Zone ist die coolste Sache seit 99 Luftballons.
Just came back from watching The Rules of Attraction. Why did I forget everything about the movie? I have no idea. Let's see if she responds. Wait, I think read it again. Read it again.
You're gonna make me read it again?
Yeah.
Hallo Donnie. Donnie Mystery Zone ist die coolste Sache seit 99 Luftballons.
Let's see, does she?
If I got it right.
She says, "Are you kidding me?"
So, since you don't know what I just said, Kurt,
yeah, what'd you say?
That Danny Mystery Zone is the coolest thing since 99 Luftballons. You remember the song, don't you?
Oh yeah. What was her name?
Here.
What was her name?
Nina.
She was
Nina,
hot.
Yeah.
She was. Everyone loved her. She was so fucking cool.
Was some DJ screwed up and played the German version by mistake.
Really?
And just took off. So that's cool.
She says you're good German.
I'm learning a little bit. I took some in high school, so I can't converse in it, but I can come up with some stuff. I know how to pronounce most of it.
Yeah.
For those words that are like this long.
Yeah.
The one
German's
down.
It's complex language for Americans to learn.
It is. I mean, English is hard to learn too, though, when you really think about it. If you haven't done it your whole life.
Oh, she just danced to that song too. That's cool. That's cool.
That's awesome. I heard it on the radio a couple of weeks ago, actually.
Dude, that was the best era of music, the 80s and shit, man. It really was.
I would probably disagree, but
who's that?
My older brother would probably disagree.
Oh.
He liked the 70s.
They got great music in the 70s too, man. They had some badass songs in the 70s.
He liked the clothes and everything, you know. I just couldn't do with the big ties, but he didn't.
I didn't like the.
So, you know.
Yeah, I didn't. The fashion was ugly as fuck, but the music, there's some good shit in the 70s.
Music, yeah.
And then 60s too. 60s had great fucking music.
Yeah.
So like 60s, 70s, 80s, I think was like the fucking peak of badass music. You know what I mean? And then 90s was, you know, that's where the alternative and grunge. It was still kind of cool, but just not the same. You know?
Yeah, it wasn't quite as fun. Everybody was a little mad.
Tyler's.
We got. I just see when they pop up right here. So
yeah.
I can't tell. I'd probably have to open up my YouTube to see.
I was gonna say you should be able to type. You should be able to type in chat.
You can, yeah. But it doesn't, for some reason, it doesn't feed over here. I don't know.
Okay.
It did last time I was in here, but
yeah.
Huh. Anyway, I can read it.
That's cool. All right. Well, so anyway, so basically, here's something else. That's fine. We'll let the chat talk for a while. Nina was with the rebels for a while, but then atoned when mainstream media shamed her as far right.
Yeah, they do that over there. Well, it's too bad. She could have come over here.
Yeah, I'll take her. I got room.
Right.
I got a spare room.
You don't have any furniture, man.
I don't have much furniture. I need my space.
Right now, I'm sure.
I need my space because I have to fucking run around with my swords and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. My wife won't let me do that.
Yeah, no. I'm like claustrophobic. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Anywhere I've lived, my what do you call it? My little not theory, my little saying is, if I can't walk through my place like with my arms outstretched and not knocking anything down, it's too cluttered. Yeah. I'm like, there's too much shit. I need fucking space. You know what I mean? So this is actually like one of the biggest places I've lived in, to be honest.
That's good, except for that house.
Yeah, well, but that was a package deal. That had what, 5, 6, 7, 8 fucking people living in there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
almost no furniture, honestly.
Yeah.
There wasn't much there. Yeah, huge.
Yeah, but and we'll get to that because I gotta share those pictures. We haven't even started yet. I mean, I'm still talking about our backgrounds. So let me catch up with what is that he could open YouTube and YouTube video.
Yeah, that's probably what I need to do. Yeah, I might actually do that.
Try that.
Let's see if I can get it here.
Stop it with the masks, Tyler. You're killing me again. Don't on your leg fan.
See if I can get it here.
Stop it with the masks, Tyler. You can hear me.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Is that better?
Yeah.
Cool.
Just need to put this above it, maybe. Yeah, I can fix this. Oh yeah, there now. I got the I can see all of that now.
All right, there you go.
Here, but when it's gone, it's gone. So yeah. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah. A lot of chatting going on tonight between the two of them. So, anyways, whoever the third person is, welcome.
Good.
The ghost, the third ghost here. Feel free to announce your presence, third person. If not, that's cool. I like ghosting too, man. I like hanging in the shadows and watching whoever you are. So,
if I don't want to be out there, I sort of sit back usually and watch.
Yeah. All right, so let's get back to this. So basically, I learned through fucking high school. Took the break, college. I taught Ringo. So Ringo, it was just the two of us. And then, dude, like fucking Noah's Ark, 2 by 2 people started joining. And the next 2 was Rich and Marco, right? And then the next 2 after that was PJ and Nick, aka Blackie, Right. And then it was
Nick. Yeah.
Who the fuck was it? It goes Zern, Wrangler, Richard, Marco, Black. Oh, Talon and Nelslin, the 2 elves.
Yeah.
Because Talon came in. Now Nels didn't come with him, but shortly after. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Erik and Kalar.
Right.
And then Casey and Missouric, to the computer nerds.
Yeah, funny.
And then the only one that threw us was the girls. The 3 was Patty, Heather, and Mary.
Anybody who knows anything about D&D was probably like, "Wow, there's girls in here, man."
Yeah. Oh, we have 2. I got. Like I said, I'm not. I'll get the photos.
You're doing something.
And then the last 2 was you and your brother Alex.
Yeah.
So you see how it was like by 2. I swear we always like by 2s everyone fucking joined. Whatever. What is this? I appreciated your farewell voodoo doll video. Kurt, you will not get it. Southern Gothic. Awesome. So anyways, yeah. And so we had a total of 20 people over the course of 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll bring that up here.
Yeah.
That list, I made that fucking list.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. So this was the gang. Yeah. We were called the Traveler.
They were the perfect characters for, you know what I mean? When you if you know the person, you're like, yeah, I could see that. I mean,
yeah. Totally. So yeah, Travis the Tiger's Eye was the name of our group. And it was based on the Tiger's Eye stone. And that was Ringo's thing, because Ringo was the witch And so he was into crystals and herbs and all sorts of weird shit, being a witch. In reality, as in he was a witch in real life. And so in the game, his character was a witch as well. And so something about like the qualities of a tiger's eye stone meant all this stuff. And so he said we should name the group after the tiger's eye. And then remember, he made his fucking necklaces. And well, actually, no, you weren't there.
Yeah, I didn't. It was before my time. Yeah.
Yeah, but he made necklaces for the group, like 8, 9, 10 necklaces, like handmade with a tiger's eye stone in them and shit. But I still have mine somewhere. Yeah, so we were known as the Travelers of the Tiger's Eye. But as you can see from this list, there was a lot of us, and like we were talking about, the class range was fucking nuts.
Yeah,
because
I could wound up with like 10 people wanting to be a wizard. You know, I mean, or all fighters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I was the ranger.
Really good, you know.
Yeah, so I'm the ranger. Ringo was the witch. Then the tank fighter, that was Richard. Marco, swordsman is a fighter, but again, it's just
like a subclass.
Subclass specializing in the sword. Nick Blackie was a merc, and a merc is basically a fighter. What was it? Fighter assassin?
I didn't know if that was an actual class or something you guys came up with, or if that was another.
Well, again, we came up with it because it didn't fucking exist back then.
Yeah, it suited me.
And I remember I worked with him because Nick was the genius. He was the biology major. And this fucker was so smart, scary.
Yeah, he was highly intelligent.
Yeah. And so I worked with him because he had experience in D&D. And we basically figured out that he was like a fighter assassin or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But then there's your archer. PJ was Elven Archer. And then there's the great Talon Greybow, the Cavalier. Nell's Thief. He was Elf too. Elven Thief Acrobat. Another Cavalier. Then the Barbarian. So Kalar was the half giant barbarian.
Right, right.
That was his catch, is he was half giant, half human.
Yeah, I remember his title sort of rambled on. He was the tagged hunter, killer, half giant, half human.
He had many aliases.
Yes.
Many aliases. Aliases were a big fucking deal to all of us. I remember us listing all the aliases of our characters. I had like 4 or 5. I was called the Ranger of the North and the Wanderer and something. I had like 3 or 4 fucking aliases. It was awesome. Barbarian Thief, and then Bard, which is, thief-like.
Yeah, yeah.
Paladin, go Casey the Paladin.
Dude, that's so perfect for him.
Oh, he's totally a fucking Paladin.
It's just a perfect, class for him. Yeah.
Because he's like a protector,
Yeah. It was perfect.
Always protecting the girls or me, or like he was like my fucking bodyguard in real life,
Yeah. That's funny.
Then Mazurek, the other computer nerd, the fighter mage, he was he basically won the game. I remember Casey said that. He's like, if anyone can win D&D, Mazurek won.
Right. He figured it out. Yeah.
Because again, a genius.
Yeah.
Great with numbers and math and he calculated all the shit. The classes, and just had the fucking baddest ass goddamn character at such a low level.
I kept thinking he was a wizard too, I mean, I guess
a mage, he was
a precursor to it, kind of.
Yeah. Well, fighter mage, and then the mage kind of outweighed the fighter. Like as probably by the time you joined, he was more mage than fighter.
Yeah.
And you were gladiator. Now, was your brother gladiator, or was he just straight fighter?
I don't know if we delved into it that much with him.
I think he was just straight fighter.
His character kind of got rolled up in a hurry.
Yeah.
Big chaotic time with a big war going on in the game.
Yeah.
And I remember we were kind of laughing because he picked up a set of like field plate or plate mail, some kind of, and we were like, dude, you're not going to be able to walk around in that stuff because it was huge, bulky armor that he had.
Yeah.
We just went with fighter, and I don't know that we really went beyond that with him. But I know he trimmed down his armor later, I think, because that stuff was really big.
Yeah. But and then the 3 girls. So my girlfriend Heather she was the fighter thief, and Patsy's the archer, another archer, and then Mary was the cleric, the only fucking cleric.
Yeah.
In the gang, and that
a lot of healing.
That?
She did a lot of healing.
Oh, we needed it. Oh, yeah. The group was always getting their ass kicked, always.
Totally, yeah.
And lastly, another thief, the dwarven thief. Lodi, the dwarven thief.
The guy with the best name on the screen. Lodi Lightfingers. That's awesome.
In fact, so Eek, hang on a second. Let me go full screen. I'll show you. Okay, so we're ending with Lodi, the dwarven thief. Where's the fucking here? See if you remember this, Eek.
Oh, that's great, man.
Remember that?
That's fantastic. That's
there
yeah, there he is. Yeah.
See if I can get in a little closer.
Who was the one in the background in the doorway?
At the innkeeper of the inn. See, they're at the Birchwood Inn.
Yeah.
The Birchwood Inn was that inn that the group always fuck. It was at the crossroads, and so they were always constantly at the Birchwood Inn.
That's cool.
And then this is the bard Stick. He was fucking awesome. I miss Stick. He was awesome. And then there's Ozzy, the barbarian thief. Now we keep in touch with him. I just talked to him fucking today. And there's the 2 moons. I'm obsessed with 2 fucking moons. Even back then, I had the 2 moons. Right. So, but that's an oldie, man. That's an oldie. I had to show you that one. What else? So so that's the group. Oh, okay, hang on. Now let me whoops, fine. Are they chatting? How is Tersa holding up? She's holding up. She's around. She's around. She's always around. Thanks. Thank you. The hat, Donnie, it's funny. Because again, this is pre-digital. This is fucking whoops. Sorry. See, Eek, everything's constantly shifting. This picture's pen and marker. That's it, man. Like there is no digital nothing. In fact, the white I would paint with white paint. Like, in order to get the moons really bright, I paint white fucking paint over everything. And you can sometimes see the texture with the light. But this was how I used to draw. Was just it was the big sheets with pencil and then the black outline ink, which I still do. I still do things that way. But then it was the fucking markers. Everything was colored with marker. And then I always loved glows, and you can see it in my work now with Photoshop. So I would water down white paint, and because it was watered down, it would give that glow look. And that's how I fucking had to draw. And now I don't think fucking anyone draws that way. It's weird.
I've never seen anybody really draw that kind of stuff with markers. I mean, you're the only one I remember ever seeing draw with markers like that.
Well, the irony is so fucking amazing. It's just it's the story of my fucking life. Because that I was like special back then because everyone said that. Everyone, like teachers and whoever, fucking experienced artists was like, you did that with marker? Like fat tip markers? And I'm like, like that was my special skill. I was so good with markers, right? Well, then the digital shit comes around. And now it doesn't mean shit. In fact, it doesn't even look that good compared to what you can do with digital now. Now people don't even draw fucking paper. It's a goddamn electronic tablet. You know what I mean?
You just put it in here too, and she's totally right, man. It's all AI now, Yeah.
The thing is now you always have to say it on top. Yeah.
That's right.
AI. But it's not just the AI. It was first digital.
Yeah.
I color all my work digital now. I don't use my markers anymore. I mean, I literally have dust on them. I don't fucking use markers. Man, everything's digital. It looks better. It's easier, et cetera, et cetera. But it's like my special, my fucking superpower was kind of. It kind of doesn't exist anymore because art has changed, the medium. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like what I was praised for back then doesn't matter now because now we have digital. So, you know what I mean? So it kind of sucks. It's like I got a lot more praise back before digital shit than now because now everyone does digital. You know what I mean? And so it's no big deal. You know what I mean? What? Story of my life, dude. What am I going to do? I am drawing with alcohol ink marker skin. Yeah, I mean, I got them right fucking here. You know,
that's why they smell so good.
Well, that was the catch: is you get high when you drew. You know, it's like, yeah, I use Prismacolor.
Yeah,
green. See this whole box. This is just one of like 3 boxes.
Right. I remember you have a big set of them laid out. Yeah.
Yeah, I have like 3 boxes. They're still on my desk, but now I use them. I use them for making charts and different colored writing. Like if I'm handwriting shit, like, you know, maybe a really rough drawing. I don't use markers for shit now. It was, and in fact, it was
this was marker, I believe, too.
What's that?
If you want to.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
That was left at my house at one time.
This is, and we talked about this. I didn't realize you had this, but yeah. For people just watching or interested or whatever, this was our plaque that we had on the bar that I DM'd on, because when I DM'd, Eek, that was your bar, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You had a bar. So we're in the fucking living room and we had this tall wooden bar that raised above the long table, wherever it was at. And on that bar was that. It was like our little plaque, our group plaque. But Ringo was the one that made that, remember?
Yeah.
The witch. Yeah. Because I drew, the writing's mine, obviously. I drew that on the parchment. But then he
nails in it and everything to hold it there.
Yeah. He got the nails, the wood, and all that, because he was like a fucking carpenter, a Clevelander. Yeah. You know what I mean? All Clevelanders are carpenters, I swear to God. Right. And they really are. And so he took my parchment and tacked it on the wood, and so it was our display. And that's cool that you fucking have that. Yeah, there's our bar. There it is.
With Nels and Kevin and me back
push
there.
That. Hey, push that a little closer to the camera. There's my dumbass in the bar. Look at that. Yeah. That's funny, dude.
That's Nels' friend. I can't remember his name.
Oh, he was cool. What was his name?
Yeah, he had a funny name too, and I can't. It was like an Italian kind of name.
He was like Spicoli.
He got lost everywhere he went. Like
he was like Spicoli.
Town, and he lived in a real small town.
God, what was his name? Fuck, he had a funny name.
I'll think of it, but yeah, I can't come up with it off the top of my head.
Man. Dude, we had some fucking characters as friends, dude. Fuck, what was his name?
Got lost coming down to the house, and they had to go out and find him and bring him in. Nels or somebody had to go out and find him.
Dude, he was.
That's funny.
Doped out all the time, just smiling and laughing and doped out and
totally.
Like the fucking everything could be burning, and he'd just be like, "Yeah, man, cool, everything's good, love." You know, it was like, what was this? Oh, dude, I hate that. He was cool. I liked him. Anyways, so yeah. So anyway, so there's the fucking group. I'm gonna see if I can start breaking out the photos. Since you're breaking out the photos,
let me show you. I just happen to have my photo album here by chance.
Yeah.
You know.
All righty. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, well, first and foremost, this is one of my favorite pictures of one of the baddest asses in the group.
The weed eater. I was trying to control the backyard, man. That's hilarious,
dude. I love this picture. Hold on, I'll blow it up.
I look like some kind of bum that showed up to cut the grass. Oh, that's hilarious, man.
Back when you had hair. Look at that.
Look at all that hair, man.
You had the mullet, the spiked mullet.
Yeah, yeah. That is so funny, man.
That's so hilarious. This was the house we lived in. We lived in a pre-Civil War house, right? It was built in the late 1800s.
Pretty old, yeah.
It had 10-foot doorways.
Yeah.
I was like a fucking castle. It was
basement. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a castle. And again, how fucking perfect for our group, D&D freaks, to live in a fucking house that was like a castle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow.
Well, we had a shitty backyard. It was in a shitty part of town in a shitty backyard, and that was Zeke trying to clean the yard.
You remember the grill we had?
No.
I had a little tiny, like, portable camping grill. I
Really?
mean, it was maybe this big.
Uh-huh.
And the things had broken off of it, so we put some bricks on the ground. And I
Uh-huh.
took all the gas stuff out of it, and we just put charcoal in there and cooked on it. Yeah, Donnie, don't use that stuff on your face.
Yeah.
That's bad.
But I always thought this was the coolest picture of you because it's like candid, and I caught you off guard. You were walking by the back door, and I got it. But I'm like, all I need to do is replace that weed eater with a big crossbow. You know?
Right.
Like you're carrying your fucking big crossbow. Of course, I never did it.
That's so funny, man.
25 years later, and I still haven't drawn a fucking picture.
That's I did not know you had that picture. That's funny. Yeah, that's back when you pictures and you couldn't look at them right away.
Right.
You had to actually take them somewhere and get them developed and everything.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, everything was like a different world. So hang on. Let me so that's my favorite picture you Eek.
Man.
What else we got here? Okay, here's another one of you Eek that you'll appreciate.
Yeah, Mary.
Mary. That's the cleric.
Yeah.
So there's Mary the cleric. She was the bookworm. She was
somebody's house, somebody's apartment over in that might have been his apartment.
No, this was Deej.
Oh,
this is where the girls lived.
Okay.
Mary, Deej, Patty lived there. So this was one of those times we played. But Mary was the cleric we talked about, and dude, she was like the most good out of everybody.
Oh yeah, totally.
Because in reality, she was a bookworm and a nerd and close to God. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I think she was a practicing Christian. What?
Yeah, it's still got the hair, I guess. Yeah. I did bring there's a shot of you back there.
Who's that sexy fucker back there?
Right. Oh, looks like a young Han Solo back there.
That's me with the curly hair mullet.
Right.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Here in every picture too.
Striking a pose. Well, I knew you were taking pictures, so I was pulling the whole game shit. I'm like posing in different. Yeah. Hey man, you're gonna have to like email me that. But do you have a scanner?
Yeah. I scan them up too.
Scan them at high res, like 300 DPI or something.
Yeah.
Because all my shit I scan 300 or 400 DPI, like up there. Scan those and fucking email them to me, and then I'll tweak them.
Yeah.
Because I don't. Again, that's from your. And that's the funny thing. You know, back then, that's why. Like all the pictures I have, I'm not in them. Why? Because I was taking the fucking picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
So I don't have pictures of me back then, but like you do, you know, because you were taking.
You know, I've even got a picture of you cooking breakfast down there in the kitchen.
Okay, now before you show these, why don't you show me first off camera?
You know, yeah.
Because I don't want to see a shit picture of me, dude.
Well, you can't really see much. It's so dark.
Good.
It would have been such a good picture too. And I'm like, man, that came out like crap. You know.
Look at that, dude. Look at Daddy, son.
Yeah, nice, right?
Sexy MF.
Yeah, a lot of that back in the day.
I was popular back then. Now not so much, but I was pretty.
Yeah,
I was pretty popular back
then. Yeah, he definitely had the curly hair.
I was tan all the time, dude. I mean, look how dark I was in this picture.
Oh yeah.
That's why I always, did you notice I always wore white T-shirts?
Yeah.
For that reason. Just so I looked even darker.
There's another one.
Yeah. Look at that. And my ripped jeans. Dude, I had a 28 waist. 28 waist, dude.
So funny.
I was so fucking skinny. It was I weighed 135 pounds.
Yeah.
We were skinny motherfuckers.
I found one of me. I don't know who took this.
That's a good one.
With a beer.
Dude, we were so like it was the fucking 90s and shit, and we're still like looking like the 80s. You know what I mean? It was like we stuck with that 80s shit all through the 90s into fucking 2000.
Yeah.
but whatever. Let me see. Hang on. Let me get. I got a few more. Where's another one? Eek. Oh, here you go, Eek. Oh, here's another one, Eek. You're in a lot of my photos, dude.
I had no idea I was in so many of these. That's funny. Like I must have been like drawing to compete with you or something.
Okay, you see it?
Yeah. You know what's funny about that?
You see the chick? Who is that?
That's a lot later in time because that's my ex-girlfriend there.
Yeah.
Picture.
Yeah. What was her name?
Shannon.
Shannon.
God, that's Alex over there in the background and Casey.
Yeah. Alex, notice all the smoke?
Yeah.
That's not a ghost or spirits. That's smoke back then because we smoked like motherfuckers.
Real smoke, yeah. Everybody.
Real smoke.
Jeez, the ashtrays would fill up. We'd have to because you had like some guys like Marco that didn't care and he'd just fill up an ashtray.
Fill them up. Well, in fact, there's a little one right. And hold on, I'll try to zoom in. Hang on a second.
Was
here,
this?
Look, see?
That's at my house, isn't it?
Yeah, that's your house, man.
Here it is. Yeah. Well, it had to be. Yeah, if she was in it.
But look at all the fucking books, dude. See all the books and texts and shit. There's your dice. Look, there's your dice.
And all the dice. Yeah. Jeez, man. Yeah, all the players' handbooks and stuff there. Yeah. And a pack of cigarettes.
We were serious, dude. Yeah, cigarettes everywhere.
Yeah,
we were serious, dude.
If you look, that's the dartboard, I believe, right over Casey's head there, over on that far side. Because when you walked in, at some point, I think it was up at that point, there was a tape line right inside. That's the front door right behind her.
Okay.
There was a tape line on the floor, and you could use your darts right there, man.
That's funny.
God, yeah, there's that little tiny TV I had up there at the house, too.
Yeah. And what bottle is that? There's a bottle of something on the speaker.
I don't know. Crown. It might have been a Crown bottle or something.
Zoom in.
I usually drink that stuff.
What is that?
Boy, I don't know.
You see that?
I don't think it's Crown. It's something else.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
That's some Cincinnati special whiskey or something?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't think it was Maker's Mark, but
yeah.
Yeah, I mostly.
Right, what else we got?
You know, in fact, that's right in front of me there on the table, I think.
All right, so this is the same night, it looks like.
Yeah.
There's your brother and Casey, right?
Yeah, up all night, man. Casey might have been like him and Missouri, I think. They didn't smoke.
No.
Mary didn't smoke. Jeez, just about everybody else did. Kevin did sometimes.
Kevin smoked. Dude, Kevin was a chaser. Kevin was worse than me.
I just don't remember. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah.
He smoked all the time, dude.
Yeah.
But he did Marlboro Lights. So he smoked, because Marlboro Lights suck shit. It's like smoking fucking air. What was I doing? I was doing Reds, I think. And then we all switched to Camel.
I always remember
everyone switched to Camel.
Because that's what I was when I came.
When I first came to college, I was smoking fucking Marlboro Reds. And then I switched to Marlboro Lights. And I'm like, because Ringo and everyone smoked Marlboro Lights. So it was like, dude, smokers fucking go. It's like they're tribal, dude. And so we all were doing Marlboro Lights. And then Kevin, I think, started doing Camel. And then everyone started switching to Camel. And everyone's fucking smoking Camels. It was weird. It was like.
I started out on Lucky Strikes. And
what's that?
Smoking the filtered Lucky Strikes, but they were hard to get. So I switched to Camels.
Oh.
Came up there and you guys were smoking Camels too. And then when the wides came out, we were all smoking wides.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I love those.
Those things, man. Yeah, those were awesome. I love them.
I told you I had to. They just got too expensive. They were like $8.50 a pack.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck am I spending $8.50 a day? Because I was a pack of smoker a day back then. So I had to switch. I'm like, this is bullshit. I can't. Oh man, those were good. Those were good.
Yeah.
Hang on. Yeah. By the way, no one has noticed yet that I have a cute doll version of Casey Anthony. Oh Jesus, Moonlight. What? Sundays? Wow. Moonlighting. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to watch more closely, I guess, your videos. Donnie, it's because everyone's so fixed on you because you look like a model. You look like an angelic model. They're not noticing the background. That's what it is.
That's probably it. Yeah.
Was that a good ass kiss? That was a good one, right? I still got it. I still got those good lines. I know how this works. See, if Danny was single and American, like, she'd be getting my dress room.
Totally.
She's like, I'm really bored tonight. What are you doing? I'd be like, I'm just streaming. I got space here. You want to sit next to me?
Did I ever tell you the story about after Casey had visited the house and he left something there?
No.
So, Shtick, and which if you look back in the pictures, he's the guy with the hat and everything and the long hair. And my girlfriend Shannon, the one we just saw there, the brunette.
Lots of curly heads back then.
Yeah, back then, yeah.
Yeah.
We're sitting around there in the kitchen, hanging out, and I find this thing behind the bar, this stretchy, that's her, and and we're like tossing it around back and forth, laughing, and finally, I don't know why, but my girlfriend goes, "Oh my God, that's Casey's stump sock."
Dude.
Because in case anybody doesn't know, Casey was minus a leg, and he had
a fake leg.
And we're in there like throwing this thing around, didn't know what it was, and it was his stump sock. She's the one that figured it out of all people. And we're all like, "Ooh," Oh man, that's funny.
Did I tell you? Casey. He is, I would say, equivalent to you, Eek. Personally, Casey was the most loyal fucking friend I ever had. It was ridiculous, totally, and you guys knew it. He was basically like a bodyguard to me.
Yep.
And a fucking wife and a mother and every other fucking thing. It was crazy. He knew me so well.
Yeah.
Man, we'd always go to Bob Evans and shit.
Yeah.
Or we'd go wherever the fuck. And we went to eat. But Casey knew me so well. Yeah. Because I'm very methodical. Not as now I've eased off a little bit. But back then I was crazy methodical.
Right.
Like fucking autistic almost. You know what I mean? And so when we'd all, 6, 7, 8, 9, we'd all go to fucking eat at Bob Evans or some breakfast place, whatever. And, once we get our table and sat down, and me being a clean freak, I always had to wash my fucking hands and fix my fucking hair because I'm in public. So I always get up and go to the bathroom, to wash up and make sure I look good and all this bullshit. And I would always say, Casey, if the fucking waitress comes, order for me.
Yeah, I mean,
motherfucker, he would be so. I doll myself up in the fucking bathroom. I come back up, and Casey's like, "Yeah, we ordered for you." And I was like, "Did you?" He's like, "Let me see." I guess he would just rattle out. He'd be like, "I got you the."
Just right,
the 4 eggs over easy with bacon extra crispy. I told her it has to clink when it falls on the plate.
I told him the same thing. I wanted to clatter when it hits the plate.
And a side of fucking toast and coffee, cream and sugar, cranberry juice, and a glass of ice water. I'm like, yeah, nailed it, dude. Cool. So he would order my fucking food for me. That's how well he knew me. You know what I mean? Motherfucker. And I told you when I was in Vegas for my birthday one day, or one of those years was my birthday in Vegas.
Yeah.
Because remember, back then, it was good old days where you didn't have to call before you came over. You just fucking went, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is this? And you're like, oh, what's up, buddy?
Nobody does that now.
No one.
In fact, get annoyed if they do,
Yeah. So, I'm like, oh, okay, it's my birthday. He's coming over. Okay. So I open the door and he comes fucking, limping in with a fucking 5-foot sword in one hand and a gallon jug of rum, spiced rum in the other. And he's like, happy birthday. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this is the coolest fucking present anyone's ever given me in my life. He gave me a replica of the sword that was broken. Aragorn's sword from Lord of the Rings.
Right.
5-foot sword, right? Yeah. And a handle of fucking Captain Morgan, dude. Happy birthday. I'm just like, dude, you're fucking awesome.
That's so funny.
that was real. That was one of the coolest, delivered in person. You know what I mean? So that was Casey. But yeah, he had a fake leg, and he would limp. But he moved around. Dude, that motherfucker was like moving for boxes. He didn't let. Oh, because okay, here's another thing. He didn't display the handicap sign in his car. Remember? Yeah. He didn't want to be a victim. Nowadays,
things, man. Yeah.
Everyone plays victim, but he refused to be handicapped.
Yeah. He never even talked about it. Yeah.
Never. In fact, you know what? Do you know the trick? When he was, where was this? He told me about this. He was at a bar one time, and he's like standing at the bar. He was sitting at the bar, and there's some drunk dude next to him, some, typical loud, obnoxious guy getting drunker and drunker and drunker. And they were talking about like drinking games and betting. And Casey wasn't the drinker. Remember, he didn't drink shit.
Right.
Well, Casey knew the dude was drunk and shit. And so Casey, I guess, I don't know. Everyone carried knives back then. So either that guy had a knife or Casey had a knife, pocket knife. And he's like, Casey's like, I've got a bet for you. And he's like, you know where this is going, right?
Yeah.
And the guy's like, yeah, what, motherfucker? And Casey's like, I'll bet I can stick this knife in my leg and not even blink. And he's like,
not even flinch, man.
He's like, what? He's like, yep. And he's just, Casey's dumbass smile at the guy with his glasses. And he's like, you're a motherfucker. So he fucking puts whatever, $10 down. So Casey gets his fucking knife, pow. Right in his fucking leg. And he's just sitting there staring at the guy smiling. The dude's like, what the fuck? He's like freaking out because he's drunk. What the fuck, man? He's like, dude. And Casey's like, pay up, and he's like, what the? So he didn't know, but he was so fucking drunk. But yeah, he stuck it in his fake leg, obviously. Yeah. To the viewers, he stuck it in his fake leg.
It's hilarious, man.
Fucking Casey. He was kind of socially retarded, but I think we rubbed off on him. I swear to God. I think hanging out with us,
everybody, man. He blended right in. Yeah.
But we kind of smoothed the edges, when it came to him, because he was really kind of nerdy, big time at first.
Yeah.
After he hung out with guys like us, that kind of smoothed down, and you know what I mean. So it was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was Casey.
Casey.
Yeah. What's that?
He's an intelligent guy, so that helped him.
Oh,
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So photos. Let me see here.
Alex in that picture. And you look at me and then look at Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah. We look so much alike. Actually, that picture of us sitting at the table there was, go back to that one.
Whoops, hold
on. And you'll see why. When,
that one?
No, the one with Alex.
Oh, the other one.
No, yeah, the other one. With Alex in there. Where he's in the background.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, I guess I asked my parents if he was adopted.
Really?
Well, when he was a little kid, he had like blonde hair.
Man. White blonde. Yeah.
Blonde hair. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else like the rest of us.
When I was a kid, dude, not only did I have the head full of curly, but it was white blonde also.
Geez, look at that. My hair is almost longer than my girlfriend's.
Yeah, no, you had long fucking hair, dude. Yeah.
That's funny.
And she had that perm shit going, so it shortened it up. But
hair, dude.
All right.
That's real curls, dude.
Yeah. All right. Oh yeah, that's real. What's next? Hang on a second. Okay. All right, now we'll start easing into the chicks here. So this was my fucking psycho girlfriend. One of the many reasons I lived with her over 2 years.
Yeah.
As you can see.
There she is, killing
bow
and arrow.
That was at a Renaissance fair, dude.
Yeah.
So she was doing archery at a Renaissance fair. I made sure I got the good angle and got a good picture of her. But that Sin, his name was Sin from Pittsburgh. In the game we called it Steelberg. And the fighter thief is what she was. Yeah. So, and I made those jeans for her. Remember, I would make jeans and shit. I'd rip them up and sew them up and all that shit.
Yeah. Thigh
high boots. She had the thigh high black leather boots and the fucking jeans that I made for her.
She ever wore was those like thigh-high boots, man. Yeah.
But that was her at the archery range in a Renaissance fair. And then here's the next one, dude. This is definitely the body language in this photo is unmistakable, Eek, if you know what I'm talking about. You ready?
Yeah. And dude, I'm into facial expressions too. I mean, dude,
when I found this picture the other day, I'm like, of course Patty's sitting that way. It's Patty.
With her matching socks that match her shirt and everything too.
And look, she's got her hand on Heather's knee.
And Heather's got kind of that scowl on her face.
Look at these two
That's
bitches.
so funny, man.
Look, a burnt down cigarette.
Yeah.
She's got her hand on Heather's knee. And just like wide eagle.
Oh my God. I miss
just
her.
Clueless. Just look at her. Now, if you were and here, look at the background, dude.
Yeah, I was looking at that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
That was my first bullwhip. I got that when I was 12 years old.
Whose place was that at?
This was the apartment in the summer, dude, with Eric Christian and shit.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because that definitely wasn't the house up there.
Whose bed are they sitting on?
Yeah.
Fucking Marco, because he slept on the fucking couch all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is Patty the archeress and Heather the fighter thief. And Patty, needless to say, was the friendliest one out of the group, right? I guess that's a good way to put it. She was the friendliest girl out of the group.
Yeah.
And it shows.
That's so funny.
But dude, when I looked at that photo, because like now everyone's taking selfies and posing, and I'm just like,
this is way better than that.
If this was on the internet, dude, this would like go fucking viral. Yeah. It's like people will be like, who is this stupid fucking bitch? Like, is this on purpose, like to get likes and attention, or is she just fucking clueless? It's like a little of both.
You can totally make a meme out of this and do something with it.
I mean, dude, it's like, who sits that? What chick sits that way? Chicks that hang out with us sit that way.
Yeah, exactly.
This was our girl, man. Yeah, I love her to death, though. Patty was cool.
So, yeah, that's so funny.
It's just, you look back now and you're like, man, they really were cool. They really were.
Yeah.
I mean, they had their issues, but man, I traded 10 fucking girls today just to hang out with one of them. You know?
Man. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
No question. And then let's see here. All right, here you go, Eek. We'll start to if we were drinking, we'd have to start pouring our drinks out.
Hey, oh no.
In memory.
Yeah. Wow.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Isn't that something?
It's sad, dude.
Yeah.
So anyone watching, she's dead. She was Rebecca Lang.
That's at Hamilton Hall.
What?
That's at Hamilton Hall. You can tell.
That was Heather's room. That's where I lived for half a fucking semester.
Yep.
But yeah, Rebecca Lang was this cool, badass, hard-ass chick. Very German, right? She was very German.
Yeah.
And she died,
really,
what, 2 years ago?
Body.
Oh, yeah. Really.
Yeah.
When did she die?
I can't remember.
It was a few years ago, though, right?
It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
Maybe within the last 8 or 10 years. Yeah.
And she was like a couple kids or something, married with a couple kids.
I believe she had 2. Yeah. And I didn't really. I think I found out about it through Marco or somebody.
Yeah. Well, I have her. You sent me her obituary.
Right.
I have it somewhere on my phone. It's on my phone somewhere. I should have.
She was over at the house a lot. I mean, she was always palling around with us and everything.
Yeah. But that's Heather with her on Heather's bed in her dorm room. We had the dorm rooms with cinder block shit.
Yeah. And those mattresses that were hard as a rock.
Yeah.
But they were easy to clean up.
Yeah. And that's what it was all about back then.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's old Rebecca. Rest in peace, man. She was cool. And then here's the next one.
I knew Big Rob was going to show up here.
Yeah. That's weird. And he died about a long time.
Yeah.
Like 10, 12 years ago, right?
It's been at least that. Yeah. I'd say. Yeah, it's been longer than Rebecca. Yeah, longer ago than her.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah.
He was the tattoo artist for our group.
Yeah, he was a talented artist too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He drew like Mad Magazine and that comic, Mad and Cracked.
Yeah.
His characters were weird, cartoony that way.
He had some weird characters. Yeah.
But I remember because my style was different than his, but when he gave me my tattoos, he had to duplicate my style.
Yeah, exactly.
And I remember him bitching, saying, "Son of a bitch, you and your fucking detail." He was bitching. He'd be bitching. You can see all red face, remember?
Yeah.
And he's like all drawn and shit. And he's like, "You and your fucking detail and your fucking," he cost so much.
I'm wearing 2 of his pieces, so yeah.
Most
of us are wearing at least one piece from him, you know. Yeah.
The first tattoo I got was a guy in Dayton on my ass. That's the wolf on my ass. And that was the test to see if I like tattoos or not. And I did. And they become addictive. And they explained it to tattoo artists.
Yes, they do.
Said, you're going to get more of their addictive. And they were right. So then Rob gave me my symbol, the 8-pointed star, on my left shoulder. But the ink didn't set well. Like, remember his ink wasn't dark enough?
Similar issue with one of mine where he said it was a bad dose of ink, but I wonder if maybe I didn't have enough magnesium or something in my system or whatever.
Yeah, because
it just sucked the color out.
No, the tattoos that I got were like blue. I mean, they weren't dark at all. And then Tanya, when she got the Ram symbol tramp stamp, dude, you could barely even see it. It was that bad. It was really light. And Rob was pissed. God damn it. I'm sorry. He didn't even charge us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did we find out what happened with Rebecca? Because I don't know.
I asked you because, dude, I didn't know. You fucking told me. And I was like, what? She's dead. I'm like.
There was nothing in the obituary about what happened. I don't think it was a car accident or anything. I think maybe she had a heart problem or something. I just don't know. But yeah, she was pretty young. Yeah. And so was he, for that matter. But
yeah,
him I could see because he liked to do drugs. So
yeah,
with her, she didn't really get into that stuff, but
right.
Definitely liked his drugs. In fact, with my first tattoo, that was one of the last thing he asked me before he got started was, "Do you mind if I get high?" And I'm like, "I don't care. Sure, if it helps you work better, fine." He's like, "Good, because if you said no, I was going to go back in the other room and get high and then come back." So he was going to get high anyway. Yeah. And he was a big guy too, you know. They didn't call
another big. We had a lot of big guys back then.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he was a big fella and he liked to do his drugs. He didn't drink a lot, I don't think, but
he did. No, dude, we all drank. Fuck, everyone drank.
Yeah. Man, he had some hair right there too, because when I was hanging out with him a lot down at his place, he had shorter hair. You know. Yeah. Not quite this short.
Well, dude, anyone that hung out with us grew their fucking hair long. You know.
Yeah.
And they start smoking. I mean, how many chicks would hang out with us?
Yeah.
And within a fucking month, they were smokers. You know?
Yeah. That's funny. Jeez. I know that guy.
You know that guy. There's your character card.
That's funny.
Another marker special.
Another hand-drawn marker job. Yeah.
Tyler says they just don't make big guys like they used
to.
I guess not, man. Because we had some big dudes in our group.
Yeah. Hey, Rob's still around. Not Rob. Rich is still around. So
Rich. Yeah.
I don't know if he's as big as he used to be, but he's a big, tall guy still.
Marco's tall, but he was always skinny. Marco's always skinny.
Yeah, he was skinny as a rail.
I don't think he could get big. He's got that frame where he couldn't get big. You know what I mean?
He's still pretty thin. He just got that metabolism, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was your character card.
Man.
I'll try to zoom in.
That's funny.
Look how faded, dude. Look how faded. Yeah, the shipping dock.
Yeah.
There's your symbol, your fucking helmet, the symbol. You're fucking lions everywhere, dude. Lion.
Yep.
Ears. You cut off ears.
Got some ears on there.
So there's a bugbear ear, a catch ear, monster ears.
Because I figured out I wasn't going to have enough room for all of them at some point.
Muddy boot. Look, so you got fucking monster ears hanging on your fucking boot.
Yeah. And that cloak.
Scimitar.
Do you remember anything about the cloak?
Was that the basilisk hide?
Draculist
hide.
So it's resistant to acid.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, makes
you can see I drew it.
Yeah.
You got your bead necklace.
I actually had that necklace. There's probably
that's why I fucking drew it on you, dude.
But yeah, I was at work one day and that thing just fell apart in beads whenever. In fact,
that's what I got to explain to people here. Is the way another way we play differently. We'll keep that one up with the girls.
There's that necklace right there.
Yeah.
If I can get it. Right. There it is. Yeah, that's that necklace.
Oh, the picture. Hold on.
Picture. Yeah. Put it back up here.
There you go. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was it.
Yeah. But yeah, the way we played, I guess the way I played, since I was the DM and I made everyone play this way, was you playing yourself, period. Like you are fucking you. Yeah. It's just that you are in this medieval time. So, you're not born in our age with cars and fucking electricity and shit. You're raised in a fucking village somewhere with poor parents or whatever the fuck it is, and blah, 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 blah. But it's essentially you. It looks like you. It's fucking you. It's like if you had a past life. That's kind of how I explained it. Like, this is like your past life. But you are your same height, weight, build, eye color, fucking everything. Your personality, birth date, fucking everything is you. You're just in a different time.
You just picked up you and your story and put it into fantasy land, basically. Yeah.
And then that way it was easy to draw your character cards because I'm like, give me a photo. Give me your best photo.
Yeah.
And then I'd fucking draw the fucking photo. So there was that. And then I'll show you the other one here. This is the one I like too. Where is it? Here. I like this. Hang on. Where's the fucking? There it is.
Oh yeah. I remember when you sent that to me. I was like, man, I forgot all about that. That is a good picture. Yeah.
And this is when I noticed the cloak. I'm like, what the fuck's up with this cloak? And I'm like, it looks like a lizard skin. And like. And so it was Dracula's hide. I'm like,
we killed a Draculist, and that was something I carved off a big piece of
a cloak.
And then
we were,
because we would go into these towns flush with money, with all kinds of stuff, and we could just buy whatever you wanted, man.
Oh yeah,
which is why we showed up at the first town when I first started and was like, give me one of those, give me two of those, give me three of those balls, give me two of those hats, and. We bought everything we needed. Yeah, you're making a new pair of boots, Yeah.
Because dude, as the DM and the player, my favorite was the fucking towns and the cities.
Oh,
I think.
Yeah.
Everyone. I think almost everyone would agree.
Yeah.
Something about, you have your fucking treasure and shit from your adventures and crap, and you ride into the fucking town, and you've never been there before, so you're like, what size is it? Is it a town or is it a city? And then you lay out the map. Oh, here it is. And then everyone immediately has their fucking list of priorities.
All this stuff man.
Dude, the guys were always like, the guys were like weapons and armor.
Yeah, totally.
Where's the armory? Where's the weapon shop? That was the guys. And the girls, Patty, Mary, and Heather, their first thing was, where's the clothing and the jewelry shops?
Yeah.
And it was so cool because it's like, that's girls,
In Missouri,
they're not.
Where's the alchemist?
the girls would do the armor and the weapons, but it was after. The first stores they wanted to hit was the clothing, the fashion clothing, and the jewelry. And they would buy a new dress or a new pair of leather pants or the boots, all shoes, boots, gloves, all that, whatever the fuck, cloaks, whatever the fuck it was. And then the jewelry, they'd have to have cool jewelry, which was cool. And then the girls would do, you know, armory, weapons stuff. The guys were straight to the fucking armor and weapons.
Right.
And then it was the tavern. You know, once you do all your shopping.
Went to the tavern and waited for your stuff to get made or fixed or whatever. And a few days later, you would pick it up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the detail in that picture is just
crazy.
Was that marker or pencil?
That's pen, and that's marker pen, like fucking ink pen. You know what I mean? And it's Sharpie, dude. I would color it here. I'll zoom in.
That's crazy.
Like that shit. There's Sharpie. This black here, you can see. So you can see the different texture. See how this black is darker than this black?
Yeah, I could see that now.
Because this is the Sharp ink pen, and this is a Sharpie.
Wow.
So you can literally see the difference. See what I'm saying?
What was the size of that when you drew that up? The original
8.5 by 11, just
8.5 by 11.
Yeah, a regular sheet of fucking computer paper.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, I love the detail. You know me, I love the detail.
Yeah.
All this shit.
You had to spend a lot of time doing that.
Yeah. And that, dude, it fucking freaks me out because you can't imagine the amount of shit I have in these fucking storage everywhere, right? And when I started going through it, I'm looking at just the not just the drawings, right? But the fucking the writing, right?
Yeah.
Book after folder after paper after sheets of paper clamped together. Dude, I mean like hundreds or even thousands of sheets of paper of nothing but my writing. And it's handwritten, dude.
Yeah.
It's not typed.
Yeah.
We didn't type back then.
Yeah.
So I'm handwriting all this shit. And I'm like adding up in my head saying, this is impossible. There wasn't enough time to do all this work.
Right.
Because it was also not in a span of like 20 years. It was a span of like 5.
Yeah.
While I was in college.
Right.
And I had a live-in girlfriend. And I had a part-time job. And I'm partying with you motherfuckers on the weekend. And dude, it's just like, someone leaving. Oh, she out? Okay. Adios, Danny. Okay, it's 1:30. Oh, it is. It's late. All right. Thanks for hanging out, Danny. It was good seeing you.
Yeah.
I'll be the same.
Yeah. Guten Nacht.
Guten Nacht. That was cool for her to show up.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I'm like, how in the fuck is this possible that I did this much work in these few years? I mean, I still don't understand it. I'm like, how in the hell was it possible?
You know, part of it was that the house was only $96 a month each.
Yeah.
You could still buy, a metric ton of macaroni and cheese for $1.
Yeah.
You know?
But I just mean the time. Like, this took so much time to draw stuff. And dude, we're talking maps and writing like crazy and journals. And
we didn't really go out to the bar then either.
But it's not like I was shut away in my room day after day, night after night. I mean, dude, we were always hanging out,
Yeah.
So when in the fuck did I do all this? And this is what I don't understand, Like, it's like not possible.
Yeah.
All the amount of time it would take to do this work within a 5-year period,
man,
and have all this other stuff going on in my life. How in the fuck? What's that?
Maybe there was 2 of you.
Maybe I'm cloned and I don't fucking know it. It would make a lot would make sense.
I mean, yeah.
Like there's a bad me and a good me.
Right.
Probably that'll explain the psycho girlfriends I get.
Right.
Bad me fucking.
You couldn't figure out why she was yelling at you about something. What did I do?
Why am I with the deal with the cops again?
Yeah.
Oh, it's because of her. That's right.
Yeah. It was the other me,
Yeah. I don't know, man, but it's weird, dude. It's just like I did so much work, but like I said, I wasn't some hermit. That's all I did. It was like,
yeah.
I don't even know when I did it. It's like,
right.
When you're living with a girl, I mean, that's time right there. You're living with her, 3 roommates, 4 roommates, people come and hanging out.
It probably helped though that, your girlfriend wasn't, take me out to dinner, take me.
No,
here. She was just hanging out there with us.
Right. And that's what's cool about being young is that back then, the girls weren't, needy, high maintenance. They weren't high maintenance at all.
Yeah. They
hung out just like us. And that's why they were so fucking cool. Now, there's no way. That's why I'm not married. I'm like, fuck this. I am not going to do these guys.
You guys take the
They're
bus?
Just too fucking needy. What's that?
You guys took the bus to work and everything, right?
Yeah.
You were working at, was it NCR or?
Reynolds.
Oh, it was Reynolds. That's right. Yeah.
But then I had the photography job part-time after that.
Okay. Yeah.
Remember, you probably don't remember that, but I was working. There was this woman. She was an independent photographer in Kettering, and so I would take the bus to Reynolds in downtown Dayton. But then 2 or 3 days a week after that, I would take the fucking bus to Kettering and work on her because I was developing her photos. She was a photographer.
I remember that a little bit. Yeah.
You remember that?
I was working too because.
Yeah.
I mean. Well, you, me, and Heather were the only ones working. I don't know how many hours you put in a week. I was the only one.
Heather was like part-time.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And I was the only one that had a car.
Right.
And, Kevin was just full-time at school and would bus it to school. And Marco just hung out there all day and guarded the house.
He just hung out and guarded the house.
He was guarding your artwork, man.
Right. There you go. Guarding the artwork.
Yeah.
Here's one. Here's an oldie.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow.
Remember that, right?
I love that Christmas card you sent me with him.
Yeah.
Color just pops out on it.
Yeah.
Through the monitor wouldn't do it justice. I'm not sure where I've got it.
Right.
Around there, but man, the color on that card just explodes out of that picture.
Yeah. Where's another?
That's cool, though. It's black and white. That looks really neat.
Let's see. Oh, these are kind of cool. Here, check this out.
Oh, wow.
Remember these?
Yeah, I do.
Sword lengths?
Yeah. That's cool. Huh. That's pretty neat.
Getting bigger.
Yeah.
So you got the throwing dagger, regular dagger, knife, short sword, long sword, broadsword, bastard sword, scimitar, cutlass, saber, and then katana, ninja toe, and then this was a 2-handed scimitar.
Yeah, it's got a different name, and I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, this was some weird dwarven sword, like a dwarven broadsword. It was weird. This was something too, like a swordsman's. I don't know what the fuck it was. This was a dwarven. Something
heavy,
very heavy.
Yeah.
But it was in one of the Dragon magazines, a dwarven claymore. I don't know. And then this is your like claymore 2-handed or some fucking thing.
Yeah.
But
claymore.
Yeah, it's I was like, so this is what everyone's fucking carrying on. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you can see how it could be a bitch if you have 2, 3, 4 fucking weapons on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like Marco had a glaive, I think.
Did he?
I remember him talking about having a glaive or wanting one or something. I thought he had one.
Weird. Those are like fucking 10 feet long, man.
Yeah, he wanted a pole arm,
Pole arm, yeah.
Because he carried a bastard sword.
Mm-hmm.
Even I had the scimitar. Well, actually, I ended up having 2 of those.
The flail.
I had the double horseman's flail. And
double flail, right?
Somewhere along the way, I picked up a Thrycreen trident.
No shit.
Like a big pole arm that I got it in my notes. I strapped it down to the horse and took off.
There's your flail right there.
Yeah, that trident showed up a little later. They were like made out of like crystal kind of looking stuff, I think.
Like that?
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, that's probably what I had right there.
That's the Thrycreen. They had double fucking double double trident made of crystal. Yeah, so that's what it looked like.
That's funny. You can pull that snapshot up that fast. Just say
it's called the DMing. It's a DMing talent,
right? With the 2 moons in the background.
Of course, it's in the desert. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Wow.
And then the Richard loved the crystal. He called them crystal stars.
Oh yeah.
But it was their boomerangs.
Oh, okay.
Which it's hard to see, but that's what these are.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
See, like 1, 2, 3. This is the middle.
Yeah.
And this is 1, 2, 3 blades.
Oh, I got it now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you would fucking throw it like a boomerang.
Wow.
And it'd come back to them. But it was the same crystal. Like their weapons all were made of that weird sharp crystal. It was like fucking
I don't know
not diamond, but close to it.
I just after a battle with them, we killed some of them, and I grabbed one of those things, and off we went. Yeah.
And they see that there's a spear, so he's got a spear.
Yeah.
See, but they all had the crystal. They're all made of that crystal.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's a human head because they were big.
Yeah.
These are big fuckers. Like if you stood next to it, you'd be like right fucking here.
And put some scale in things, having the skull in there. That helps. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then one of the most popular fucking NPCs in the group.
Kenku.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. They were cool. I love fucking Kenku. I got this character in the book, dude.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna make an appearance starting in the next book.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Talon Tree. I'm gonna have a Talon Tree in the book.
Nice.
Or Cloudy Wing. I forget. There was 2 of them. There was Cloudy Wing and Talon Tree. They were related, like they were cousins or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I think
Village once. Yeah. In the game.
Yeah. And the thing is in the game, Talon Tree's dead. He's the one that got killed. And then Cloudy Wing, his cousin, appeared later because the group missed him so much. I said, well, these fucking Kenku have relatives.
Right.
So if they want another Kenku, I'll have a fucking relative of him. You know what I mean? But I don't know if in the book which one I'm using because technically Talon Tree's dead, but yet it doesn't matter. But it's like I've got one of them written for the fucking book.
Yeah.
Because Kenku are cool as shit. But I have to rename them, and that's what that is here in the corner. I don't know if you can
I saw that. Yeah. Yeah.
This is what I'm going to call them.
Yeah.
Instead of Kenku, I'm calling them Kiavis.
Okay.
Just to cover my ass.
There you go.
Because Kenku is, that's a TSR. You know what I mean? That's
right.
TSR. I'm like, So I'm like, well, I'll just fucking have a similar 2-syllable name that begins with K, and it sounds pretty fucking good to me. So
yeah.
In my story, Kenku are called Kiavis. Yeah. But what else?
Their village once. I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, that was a whole adventure. The artifact and the Kenku village and all that shit. Fuck yeah, dude. That was like a year-long adventure.
I had some notes on that. Yeah. Yeah.
Here's a controversial picture I did, but it was one of the most popular pictures I did amongst the first year group. This is before your time, but freshman year, this is Marco's favorite picture I've ever drawn, hands down, because it involves Marco's character. You know what I'm talking about?
What picture this is? Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think I do. Yeah, that's the one. That was before my time, and it sounded like that was the whole group's favorite picture.
Dude, they loved it. Ringo said this defines our fucking D&D group, man. Yeah. He's like, the fucking tavern, the dark hallway in a tavern, them fucking shooting a fucking harlot in the back who tried to assassinate one of our guys. He was like, dude, this is the shit. They love this picture.
Yeah,
but look, I drew it on line paper. Look, you can see the lines.
Man, yeah, it sure is, isn't it?
I drew it on fucking notebook paper, and the fucking group ended up loving it. What?
You might have to get in a computer and clean that up. I mean, you could barely see it. But
I did. I can't, dude. I can't clean up that shit. That lines. I'm like, I'd have to redraw the whole fucking thing. I mean, it's really not that good of a drawing as it is. If you look, it's not that good. It's pretty sloppy. But when you look at it from a distance,
it
tightens up. Like that looks a hell of a lot better than up close.
You nailed down my favorite part.
Yeah, I was kind of good back then. They're not too out of control, but you know what I'm saying. But that was a fun night, dude. That night was crazy. That was like probably as a DM, one of my favorite things to DM was what happened.
Was that when you guys were over Hamilton Hall in the fishbowl?
That was definitely first year. In fact, yes, it was. Yeah. Because there was this huge fight that happened afterwards because it was the whole, she was an assassin.
Yeah.
And she took Blackie up there.
Yeah.
And was wasn't actually fucking, was starting to fuck him or whatever. But, she opened the window. So I like the cool night air on my naked body. And Nick's like, oh, I don't care, whatever. The fucking body. So the assassins come sneaking in the window, and they slid in like snakes. He's on his back looking up. He can't. His field of view can't see. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like 4 or 6 assassins climb in and they surround the bed, and they start swinging their fucking swords at naked Nick laying on his back with this chick on top. And so he throws her off, and he's rolling like a fish, dodging swords and fucking getting hit and feathers blowing up everywhere and all sorts of shit. And he's naked, but he grabbed his sword, and so now he's fighting these guys naked with his fucking sword, yelling, "Get the fuck up there! Help! Get up!" And so down below, the whole gang who's down there in the tavern drinking, they're all, fuck, shit, they fucking run up the stairs, and they go run in the room, and it's the whole the naked chick was hiding. Yeah, like in the wall by the door. So when they open the door, boom, it's like she's behind it.
Yeah.
So they come in fighting the assassins.
Yeah.
And she pulls out the dagger somewhere that was hidden, and she knifed Richard in the back of the neck, and it was poison.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And I think it was she's an assassin, which is backstab plus double D. It was like she dropped him to his knees, like one hit in the back, and Richard went, oh yeah. And then she goes running out in the hall, Marco was at the doorway with that was a double crossbow, remember?
Yeah.
We all had the double crossbows. So she goes running past him down the hallway, barefoot, flop, 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 to run down to the tavern. And he just leaned out and fucking double D'd her ass.
Yeah.
Now this chick's got like 15 hit points, maybe, right? Because she's like a second level assassin. It was, double D with a double crossbow. It was like the damage was like 40 something.
Yeah.
And it just blew the living shit out of her. And she flew across, hits the fucking wall, flops down the stairs, blah, 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 to the main room tavern where everyone's partying, and the music stops and everyone stops. Here's this fucking bloody naked whore on the floor
down there.
And everyone's like, what the fuck is going on upstairs? And so, at that time, they get the assassins. But the problem is they killed all the assassins, but they left one alive to interrogate, right? Yeah. But then the group, it was Ringo and the thief Bono, the Hobbit thief, got in a very bad argument because Ringo wanted to like torture the assassin to get him to talk or some fucking thing. And the thief didn't want him to do that. He was just trying to talk to him. And you know what I mean? It was like good cop, bad cop, right?
Yeah. Right.
Except the good cop and bad cop are now fighting each other. They're like yelling and shit, right? Okay.
Going at it, yeah.
And so what happened is like Ringo or someone like killed the assassin. And then that made the Hobbit thief snap. Because he's like, you stupid fuckers. We had more info, that kind of crap.
Yeah, yeah.
So he and Ringo are like face to face yelling at each other, like they were going to kill each other, right? And Ringo snapped. And he said, I fire magic missiles at him. And Bono's like, I jump out the fucking window, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, guys, what the fuck, you know? So I'm like, okay, roll to see who's fast. And of course, a hobbit thief is faster than a witch, right?
Yeah.
So he rolled, he fucking jumps out the window. Rango fires at him, but then, you know, whatever, misses or some fucking thing. I don't know. And now he's gone. So now what do? So the hobbit thief has now jettisoned from the group. The witch wants to kill him. You know, Rich is dying of poison. Marco's, I don't know. Yeah, pat himself on the back because he just blew away a naked chick.
Over his handiwork out there in the middle of the
you know, and Nick is still naked, unconscious because the assassins did cut him down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the group was a total fucking mess. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
And I don't remember what happened after that, but it was just a mess. And so, what do you do? As a DM, what do? You know, you're like, well, now what do you want to do, guys? You got yourself into this shit, you know, fighting each other. And so, you know, whatever. But that picture, like that next day at college, I drew that because I was like, it's really cool. That chick's running down the hall and Marco's at the door and he just leans out and fucking double D's her in the back.
Definitely.
And she goes,
the whole encounter. Yeah.
Yeah, the highlight of the whole fucking shit. And of course, Marco loved it. That was his favorite picture ever. Dude. Ringo loved it. Everybody loved it. So I'm like, I cleaned it up a little bit, and I make sure I've got several copies of that one because that's everyone's favorite. But yeah, man. So there we go. That's fucking.
Should maybe go back and sometime if you ever get time and do a reverse angle of that.
Of what?
Of that shot in the tavern.
Of the chick?
Yeah. Put the cross sights in the foreground.
As in have Marco in the foreground and have her down the hall?
Yeah, have like point of view, like you're looking down the crossbow sights.
Yeah.
I think that'd be something neat to see. Yeah. I'm sure Marco.
Dude, there's so many so many of those drawings and events from the game back then that I'd love to fucking draw, but it's like I have no time now. It sucks. It's like I'm juggling 2 fucking books plus all the other shit, and I'm like, that's why I was like, like today and yesterday, I actually took a break on the books. I didn't.
Right.
I'm like, I don't even want to fucking deal with them, and I'm like, I'm into this D&D shit now, man. You know, I'm like looking at old stuff and. You know, scanning the photos for tonight and everything. It was just like a nice break from my usual routine, which is all the fucking Between Demons and Angels shit. But I'm just like, man, if I had the time, I would somehow get into this. You know what I mean? It's just like, but again, it's like, well, what are we going to do? You know, like we're old now, man. We're getting old.
Right.
We're not in the same state.
So, you know, they take a vacation, so when they come back, they're more effective when they come back. That's why you get a lunch break at work, you know. Yeah, you get a little break, and then you come back kind of refreshed, you know. So, it's kind of cool to get into the old books and stuff. You know, I had fun reading them again and looking at some of the artwork and some of the old pictures and everything. I only wish I could have taken more notes. But like I said, at some point you run into that part where you're meeting the celebrity and you could shake his hand or you could be walking up there holding at him going, hi, you know. Yeah. Live the, you know what I mean? Enjoy the
moment. Live in the moment.
So I take notes.
And I've told that to you. I've said how our timing sucked because the fucking technology we have now with the cell phones, if we had those when we were playing back then and just not just playing the game, that alone would be fucking awesome because there'd be so many photos of us playing. Yeah. Could you imagine?
Yeah. Because everybody at the table would have had a camera, essentially.
A fucking cell phone.
Yeah.
So everyone's to be taking pictures of fucking everything. And movies and shit, you know, die rolls, like, oh shit, these, you know, just all sorts of shit, dude. But then not just D&D, but just the crazy shit we did outside of D&D.
Yeah.
All that hanging out at that house, the house itself, man, being able to, you know, show all the rooms of that house, dude. Because you know we have a few photos of some main rooms, but dude, there was what? It was a 4-bedroom house?
1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 bedrooms, 3 upstairs, 1 downstairs.
Yeah, I mean,
me, you, and Kevin had the upstairs rooms.
Yeah,
the one out front. I had the one to the young neighbor side.
Yeah,
and you had the
me and Heather. It was like the queen, right? Wasn't it the big one, master bedroom?
I think so. That was the biggest.
The two of us,
and Marco had the one downstairs, kind of next to the kitchen and bathroom and stuff.
By the stairs.
Yeah, it was like the other side of the stairs, and that room was pretty decent size. I think that was right underneath my room. Yeah,
all the rooms were decent size.
Yeah, I mean, pretty big. Yeah, bigger, but for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, the house, it was pre-Civil War house, so I mean, it was just big. Dude, remember Joe? Joe loved the house because Joe was fucking 7 feet tall.
Yeah,
and he didn't have to duck down.
For once in his life, he could stand up
because the doorways were 10 feet high and the ceilings were like 12 feet. Remember that?
Yeah, oh yeah, they were huge. They were at least 12. Yeah, they might have been higher than that, actually.
Yeah,
I mean. Yeah, I think if I stood on your head, I still couldn't touch the ceiling in the living room. Yeah.
They were tall.
Somebody came to visit. I think it was Heather's dad or something. So Joe, with his shaky hands.
Right.
His hands always, he had tremors all the time.
But you know why? Do you know why, though?
It was something to do with his growth rate. His nerves,
His nerves didn't reach far enough. He was so fucking tall. Yeah. It's like his nerves were stretched out and they didn't reach the end of his fingers, so they would shake.
So he decided to bring everybody coffee upstairs.
And
he's shaking and he's burning himself in the coffee.
So he's shaking even more?
You go up there and you're like, let me get those from you. He kept making it worse, burning his hands. Hot coffee, man. It was so funny. Let me get those.
Dude. I can see it. Oh, fuck.
That was so funny, man.
Yeah. Crazy times.
6'11"? I think he was
6'11".
6'11", yeah.
Yeah. 6'11".
Bathroom and go in the stall because he felt kind of self-conscious, and here he was towering over the stall. Poor guy, man.
Yeah, a lot of disadvantages to being that tall and standing out that much.
Yeah,
but
that was so
again, for all his not so admirable traits, he had some basic good ones that everyone did.
He did.
Like there wasn't one person in our group who was like, an asshole. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, at all. Like, there was shit given, but it was always like with laughter. You know what I mean? It wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like now, like social media and YouTube, you see like these fucking shows, and these guys are just plain assholes to each other. They're just like fucking mean assholes. And you're like, the fuck? Why? It's like people are supposed to be cool with each other, man. Yeah. And we had a group of 20 fucking people. 3 or 4 were girls, and there was rarely was there fights.
I mean,
rarely.
Aside from Ringo and Bono, everybody got along pretty good.
Overall, you know what I mean? I mean, seriously, it was like, we had a cool fucking group. Yeah, we had a good crew. And, my brother said when we were in California, he said, I think, he's like, I know you're trying to replace the group, do it again and keep it going. He's like, everything I've heard and remember of your group, he's like, I think it was unique. He's like, I think that group was special and everyone involved were just unique and you're never going to get that.
It was as unique as that character sheet you just showed earlier.
Yeah. And he was true.
And the range of weapons they carried.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everybody was,
yeah, it really was.
Anything really when it came down to it,
Yeah.
Barbarians. One was a barbarian, the other one was a barbarian thief.
Barbarian thief, yeah. Yeah, no two the same. Like the archers, right? Like, because we had two archers. Because there's PJ, who's an elven archer, and then you had Patty, who's the human archer.
Yeah.
And they were very different, just the way they acted. Like everyone was good. You know, the alignment, everyone was good alignment to some degree. You know what I mean? But
Blackie was kind of a neutral.
No, he was the exception. Blackie started off good, but the way he played, I kept lowering him notch by notch.
Yeah.
So he became chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
So he was chaotic neutral, and then that bounty hunter killed him, and that was it. But Patty was, I would say, tougher than PJ. You know, she's the chick.
Yeah.
But she was harsher than PJ. She was very.
Yeah. Well, I never.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I never got to play. I knew PJ, you know, but I never played D&D with him at all.
PJ was very like forgiving and empathetic. He was very. PJ was more feminine than Patty.
That's
right.
Funny. Yeah.
It's true. He was more. He was kind of gay. Like he was more feminine than Patty. He was empathetic and forgiving and loving and sensitive and quiet and nurturing and healing and caring. But yet he's an archer. You know, fucking 4 arrows around and all this shit, right? Patty was just that kind of like, don't fuck with me and don't fuck with us, or I'll just double tap you in the head. That's how Patty was. She was that very, what do you call it? Like that stand up-ish, where you stand your ground. You know what I'm talking about?
Maybe even, you know, I see what you mean. Yeah.
You know, that word.
Yeah. I can't come up with it either.
I forget either. But you know what I'm talking about. Like she stands her ground, don't fuck with us kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, but they're both archers, but completely different personalities, completely different.
Do you remember PJ coming to the house?
To our house, the big house?
Came to the house one time.
I think one time.
I don't remember.
When he was in the wheelchair. It was hard. When the wheelchair people.
I carried him in the house. I just scooped him up and he only weighed about 80 pounds, man.
And that was another thing, dude. Like now, I don't know if you know this drama, but there's all this bullshit drama on handicapped people playing D&D and wheelchairs and Dungeons and Dragons and all this crap. I'm like, motherfuckers, we lived that shit 25 years ago. There were two.
School there were in one.
We had two characters. Bono, the thief hobbit, was in a wheelchair, and PJ, the elven archer, was in a fucking wheelchair. And we had to, get him at the table and
walking on one, you know.
Yeah. Casey has one fucking leg. Yeah. So he's handicapped. So we had handicapped players in our group decades ago.
Saw them every day. Yeah.
Dude, we didn't treat them different.
No.
They didn't expect to be treated different. It was like,
you know, pretty quick. I mean, they're just like everybody else. You know, you get up there and you feel bad for them. You find out some of them are kind of assholes, and some of them are pretty cool, man. You know,
yeah. But it's weird. It's like I saw our group as, again, just different because we had several girls in our group. Most groups don't, and that's a big problem. They're like, it's for girls too. It's like, well, then shut up and fucking play. It's like, we're not gatekeeping it, guys only crap.
Yeah.
But that's what there's accusations of for the last decade, you know, from the wokies and shit. Is it's like, oh, guys, all white guys trying to gatekeep it. It's like, we had a black cavalier, 2 guys in wheelchairs, a guy with 1 leg, and 3 fucking girls.
Yeah.
That was 25 fucking years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't want to hear this bullshit about.
We were just doing it. Yeah.
It was a variety group of people, and we all just clicked, and it just worked. And it dude, fuck. 4 years through college, we played.
Yeah.
And then a year or 2 after. So like I said, about that span of about 5 years was our group, you know. We
had some girls playing online after that.
Yeah. When we did the online shit.
About and everything. Yeah, we were seeing some of that too.
Because as DM, I like having girls. One, it makes it not as nerdy because it is nerdy. Everyone knows this, you know what I mean?
Makes it more I like, you know, it's like kind of like the real world. There's tons of people around you. Yeah. Right.
I like having 1, 2, 3 girls there because it just breaks it up. It's not an all guy thing like a fucking fraternity. You know what I mean? It's real. There's women here. Let's ask what do the girls think? And dude, the way I love DMing because like I said, the perfect example was when the group went to the town.
Yeah.
The girls went to the clothes and the jewelry, and the guys went to the fucking arms and armor. And so I had to DM them separately. Okay, you guys, and then you girls,
wound up back at the tavern.
All met back at the tavern.
There was actually some stuff in my notes that I was going through last night. I ran across this where we were at a tavern, and I don't know, it was with me shtick maybe. We were trying to pick up some girls in the tavern.
Right.
And Patsy and Sin come walking in and sit on our laps and pretend to be our wives. Cock
blockers. Cock block.
Wow. Well, I got back at Patty, so
Did you?
Yes.
Well, do you remember what Missouri did to Patty?
I can't remember. Didn't he do something to her mouth or something? I don't remember.
There's you know what cantrips were?
Kinda. Yeah.
Cantrip is like a 0-level spell. It's like a little magic trick.
Yeah.
So there is a cantrip called Enlarge.
Oh no.
And Patty.
He made her like she couldn't talk or something.
No, he gave her like 38 double D's.
I think I do kind of remember there's something going on with that. Yeah.
She was so pissed. She was all red faced, and she's looking at me, like he can't do this, can he? He can't do this. And I'm like, yeah, he did. He got fixed. And she's all like, you fucking dick, you fucking asshole. And everyone's laughing. All the guys love it. Everyone.
Yes.
Missouri's laughing his ass off at her,
so
and she's like, and I think she started to laugh and she got it. Yeah. But then she was like, okay, turn it back. And Missouri's like, Patty, it's irreversible. The spell's permanent. She's like, no, fuck you. You know what I mean? But Missouri, that's how he fucked with her, was he enlarged her tits and it pissed her out. Now, see, the funny thing is today, if that was a chick, they would all be like telling him to do that. Make my ass bigger. Make my tits bigger.
Yeah. You paying him.
But back then, Patty didn't want big fucking tits. She was happy with herself. See what I'm saying? That do you see the differences? How things are different. It's just weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was that's how he fucked with Patty. Missouri was always fucking with her.
That is so funny. Yeah.
But so anyways, well, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. We've been on for about 2 hours.
Pretty close to 2 hours, I think.
Which is cool. I knew we were gonna go more than an hour. You and I can't help but talk more than a fucking hour.
Oh man, yeah.
But this was cool. We did a lot. I showed you all the photos I wanted to show you because I had some good ones of you.
Oh yeah, that's I was stunned to see that one with the weed trimmer.
Dude, that was my favorite picture of you. I love that picture.
Yeah, that was.
But
yep.
Yeah, so it's cool. But thanks for hanging out, and also thanks for because a month ago you didn't even know how to live stream.
Yeah, I'd never done it before. Yeah.
So thanks for doing this because I know you had to learn it and download this and fucking do this and all this. But I've been bugging you for like 3 months to do this. Yeah. It was like fucking, I think October, November when I was like, Eek, I just had this idea. Wouldn't it be cool if some night we just fucked off and just talked D&D bullshit just like that time? And you're like, yeah, man. And then like the next month, I'm like, hey, you think, man? Yeah, man. And then the next month, hey,
all it took was let's just try it out.
Trying it out.
Yeah.
So anyways.
Weird stuff going on tonight trying to get into it. So
it's it's always technical difficulties. Yeah. Once you iron out all the technical difficulties, everything's cool. It's
turned out pretty good. Yeah.
That's why I prefer to have shows with people who are low maintenance and shit because there's some fucking assholes on YouTube or in indie comic scene who they're all fucking uptight anal motherfuckers and everything has to be perfect and no feedback. And you know what? Fucking shut up. It's just like it happens. Who gives a shit? If this is late night with Johnny Carson, or Howard Stern, okay, fire the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like who the fuck do you think we are?
We're not on basic cable, man.
No. And I mean, even these, big YouTubers, it's like
Yeah.
Dude, no one knows who the fuck you are outside of your little circle. You realize this, right?
Right.
They don't. They think they're as big as Howard Stern. It's like, no, you're not. Like, no one knows who the fuck you are. You don't even use your real name. So, you know what I mean? But anyways, that's why I like this kind of shit, because it's casual. And if you know, whatever, microphone problems, whatever, no one's going to be bitching and shit, because it's.
If we can get Alex on to do one of these, maybe 3 of us or something.
Hey, for the record,
you know,
whoever the fuck is watching this tonight or tomorrow or this week, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyone is welcome to come on this show, but you have to have a webcam. I'm not doing this whole fucking, because you've seen the streams where the person, it's just their icon talking. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Where they just, you know, they're on a stream for an hour, 2-3 hours, and you don't see them. It's just their little icon. That's a fuck, you're a pussy. Get the fuck on camera.
Right. I get it. Just want to listen in, but
it's just, for me, I'm like, no, this is visual. This is video.
Yeah.
So I don't give a fuck what you look like. It's like, turn your fucking camera on, you know? So it's like, if you have a fucking camera, then you can come on the show, you know, and I don't give a fuck who you are, you know, but, and that's just flat across the board. I don't give a shit. Of course, it'd be great to have Alex on. I haven't talked to Alex in years, dude.
I mean, I'd kind of like to hear some of the stuff that happened, because we played, you know, with him in the whole story a little bit, but then he seemed to do more of it out in San Fran when he was out west with you. I know you guys still played some out there, so
yeah, we did.
Really, you know,
yeah.
My exposure playing along with him was pretty minimal. There wasn't much to it.
Right.
I don't even think.
But yeah, basically, we talked to him. And again, I mean, he hasn't even contacted me, so I sure as hell am not expecting him to come on the show. But if he does, obviously he's welcome. Along with, like I said, if Ozzy could get his shit together,
I'd love to have Ozzy on here with you, man. Yeah,
I'd love
totally
to have him on. Yeah. But you know, I mean, he can't even like be in the chat. Like, I don't know what's going on with him, but you know
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on with the guy.
We'll get him in there eventually, maybe. You know, it'd be nice.
It sucks, because it would be cool if he could do this, if he was on camera and talking, because he was there with all the rest of us, and he'll remember
too. I mean,
he'll remember shit that we forget. See, that's the cool thing about the group is you remember shit that I forget. I remember shit that you forget. When you get everyone together, it's like this mystery that's pieced together and sewn together. Like, oh, that's why. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, it'd be cool to have your brother on, and Ozzy. Like, you know, Casey. There's another one.
Yeah.
He does know how to do this. I guarantee he's got a webcam, but I don't really talk to him. You know, it's like he could tell stories, dude.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Because remember, he was the only one who was sober the whole time. You know, I mean, the rest of us, you know.
Yeah, well, a lot of the time, yeah.
He remembers everything because he never fucking got fucked up.
I mean,
we did it different times.
Drinking, I didn't do any weed or anything. Besides, some of the guys did a lot of weed.
There were. And I got pictures of that too. I thought of scanning them because you remember the fireman's mask?
I kind of do somebody having that. Yeah.
Ozzy. I got 2 photos. There's Ozzy with the mask, like getting it. It was a fireman's mask with the hose. Right?
Yeah.
And then I got a picture of him with the mask on. It's all filled with smoke. And he's giving the peace sign. You can see the bowl because it was the mask in the tube, and he had the bowl in the tube. So he packed the bowl and put the mask on it, and a fireman's mask, dude. I mean, I got pictures of that shit.
Wow.
So, anyways, but yeah, it'd be cool to have these people on. But like I said, there's not many of us around anymore. It sucks. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, so all right, man. Well, that was cool. Thanks for time.
Again, anytime if you want. You know,
like I said, okay. So the schedule for my show next Sunday night, 8 o'clock. I've got 2 novelists. This far right insight here. This guy. This is Tyler. Yeah, I've had him on before.
Okay.
in Virginia. He lives in the mountains of Virginia.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
He's a younger guy.
Yeah. I've seen him. Yeah.
He's a novelist. And
Yeah.
so he's coming on with this other novelist guy that I have not had on the show. But he's part of the Comicsgate indie comic stuff, that whole what do you call it? Culture group, whatever the fuck you want to call it. The indie scene, the indie comic scene, and there's all these groups. And so, anyways,
I just realized something, man.
What?
Betty's been watching us the whole time.
The dog?
No,
your dog
over there, man.
Where?
Right up over there. Zoom in on her face. Her eyes follow you.
Oh,
Betty back there. I just realized it a few minutes ago.
Oh, yeah. There. Yeah. Yeah, that's a cool picture. Always watch him.
The door is open there so you don't see her, because I forgot about it. I noticed it a few minutes ago, like, yeah, that's right. That picture's got those eyes where they follow you around the room.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, so next weekend is going to be back to that stuff. But again, it's two novelists. We're going to be talking about independent novel scene versus the independent comic scene. So that's next Sunday. But then after that, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So
go along with your the last guest you had,
Yeah, Caitlin.
That, yes.
Little Caitlin. She's a novelist too. Yeah, I'm doing Shadibly this year. It's like so far. Okay, so I had a young adult novelist on. We had our D&D hangout thing here. Next weekend is two different independent novelists. So it's like a little different this year than usual. But I'll be getting back to the independent comic shit soon.
Yeah.
So all right, man. I will get with you soon, brother.
I'll be here, man.
As always. And now that I actually know your schedule, it's like Saturday nights is the best night to get you.
That's a good night for me. Yeah. Sad but true. Saturday nights,
Yeah.
I sit at home and
Yeah. No, that's like, I think it's cool that you have the date night with the wife. You should,
Yeah. So
because you two both work hard. Her job, dude, she's tough. She's a tough woman. Do that fucking.
I joke around and call her Muscles occasionally, because she was working at some job and they started calling her Muscles. So I always calling her Muscles and stuff. Come on, Muscles, let's go.
That's good. Well, but tell her I said hey.
I certainly will. I will.
She's cool. But yeah, man. Like I said, if you talk to your brother, let him know what's going on. And if he watches, that'd be even fucking cool.
Yeah, I told him about it. I don't know. He was talking about getting out of his shift tonight, but I don't know if he did. Cool. Actually, when we first got in here, you mentioned Tyler. I thought it was him.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Because of his TNT name was Tyler. So I was like, he's in here. All right.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, tell him I said hey and all that good stuff. And then, I'll probably get with you, a fucking week or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know what? We should probably connect because Monday's the big day.
Oh yeah.
That's the big day.
We can talk. Give me a call.
Maybe Monday night. I'll call you. Maybe I'll talk to Monday night.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Whenever I get home, Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely.
All right, man. So I'm gonna end the stream now. So you have a good night, and anyone who's watching, thanks for hanging out with our dumbasses talking about this shit.
It was fun.
It was fun. It was fun. It was cool. All right, you take care, Erik. We'll see you, man.
So long.
Later.
See ya.
Later.